Well, former General Secretary of the NPP, Kwabena Agyei Agyepong, is looking to be third time lucky as he has officially filed his nomination form to contest the Flagbearer Race of the NPP for the third time. And he says that he represents a new era and that delegates should choose him over his competitors. Well, his campaign manager also says that they are now touching base with all the grassroots of the new Patriotic Party. That is a new strategy that they are adopting to ensure that he wins the Flagbearer race this time. Well, it's heating up, and so far he has become the first person to file his nomination for the Flagbearer position of the new Patriotic Party. Others will also follow suit very soon with the elections which will be held on the 31st of January 2026, ever looming close.
Just a little insight into my vision, and I believe that it's important to create wealth in this country. To do so, we need to set up a good initiative, especially for the lands of Ghanaians who have been robbed in the past of their own entitlement. So I'm going to put together a proper initiative to ensure that, one, most lands are titled, because when lands are titled, it gives an opportunity for the owners of the land to be able to unlock capital. And that can help them to open up their farms, to do business, to have access to quality education and quality health. And I think it's very important, and to also protect, the real ancestral owners of our lands. We won't have a situation where the resources that Lord Almighty has bestowed on us will be appropriated without proper compensation, especially to foreign interests. And that's something that I'm very passionate about. And so those are the few things I wanted to say today, that we need to restore this country. And those values, what I talk about, the triple S doctrine: service, sacrifice, and selflessness. Now we also have to restore meritocracy, professionalism, back to the workplace, and reduce the overly politicized nature of society. I mean, Ghana has become too stridently divided. And I think we have to look at the national interest, things that would help this country grow. That's what I'm passionate about. So,
beyond this internal contest, or after the internal contest, the NPP will continue to be there. One of the key things that were raised post the NPP's defeat was that the internal rumblings, your opponents ended up...
What is important is that you have to listen to my message. Everybody knows that I have a record of diplomatic speak. I'm not one who is given to effusions. I don't do that. I have strong emotional intelligence. I have led with integrity. Everybody knows my record in public service, serving as press secretary to President Kufuor. So if you are talking about myself, I'm not here to speak for others or speak about others. But anytime I've launched my campaign, it's about issues. And I'm calling all my other competitors. Let's have a proper debate. Let's elevate the discourse. That's what is important. The Ghanaian people, they deserve to know our views on major national issues. The party delegates deserve to know. So this is not a popularity contest. You understand? So they need to test our views on major issues. And I think that if they submit themselves to a debate, that will be very good for all of us. And it will change the atmosphere that seems a bit poisoned now, and so that we can restore ourselves to proper democracy, a democracy that will let the younger generation feel attracted to it. That's what we should be doing. So I'm not one who's going to muddy the waters or poison the atmosphere, but of course, once in a while, when there are historical facts that are being distorted, it's my duty to correct them, especially as a former general secretary. I see myself as a custodian of the history and the tradition of this party. And fortunately, I would say, in all humility, I was the only one amongst all of us who was there in 1992 campaigning for Professor Dubois. So I have that institutional memory of this political tradition. And I'll live or die by it. Principles and virtues should rule, not money.
You've been here a few times. I see you've been here.
Yeah.
Contesting.
Yeah.
How different is this from the previous times that you've battled it out?
The most important thing is the power of choice rests with the delegates. That's the beauty of democracy. It doesn't rest with us. Ours is to go and meet them and share our vision, which is what I try to do this afternoon. So the power of choice rests with the delegates. I am providing them a viable option. I mean, all my colleagues were part of the previous government. Unfortunately, I wasn't. So I think if you want a stark departure from the past, something that is a new era, a new dimension, a new vision, then you look at Kwabena Agyei Agyepong. So I think every political party should have alternatives, and I'm a viable option for the party.
Thank you.